Hi, it's Piper from Woodland Wanderings. I just wanted to do a real quick video to share with you a card that I made for a challenge. BACraftyGirl on YouTube is the one that put out this challenge, and I thought it sounded like a really fun one. It's a Valentine's challenge, and you have to create either a card or a treat or both. Well, first off, of course, you have to subscribe to BACraftyGirl, which I've done, and you have to create either a Valentine card or a Valentine treat using non-traditional colors, which means no reds, no pinks. So I thought it was going to be really hard to make a card for Valentine's Day and not use any of the traditional Valentine's colors, but I decided to go ahead and make a card that would be suited for a husband or a boyfriend, and I really had fun doing this. Don't know if you can see it too well, the lighting's not the greatest, but I used, for the card base, I used K & Company designer paper from Ancestry.com. So it's kind of shades of bronze and golds and just browns, really non-traditional Valentine colors here. And then I just used vintage photo on the edges of the card. On the front is just, this is some copper colored, it looks kind of goldy in the picture, but it's more of a copper colored German scrap, scalloped lace scrap that I used. And I printed the this words I printed just using my computer, and I just distressed it with more vintage photo, and I used copper colored glimmer pens around the edges. So it says, "Dearest Valentine, because of your steadfast and true love," and then you open the card and it pops up like that, a little heart there. "My heart has wings to fly." And so before I go into detail about what's going on the inside, I just wanted to show you the front again. So I went ahead, this was not a stamp, this was printed off of my computer, and this is just corrugated cardboard that I highlighted with a little bit of gold acrylic paint, and I used two little cogs there from Bead Landing, just glued them on. And then this flower is a Recollections flower, which is like a brown, and I used my paints to kind of add a little bit more of the copper accent to it. And the leaf is also from Recollections. So that's the cover, and there isn't any stamping on the cover, but when we get inside I'll show you where I used my stamps. The top of the card I did a couple layers with the coordinating papers with some scallops. I used my Big Shot to cut that, and there's more of the German scrap. The numbers here, they're really small, but it's 0214 for Valentine's Day, and I did use a stamp for that I hadn't used before. It's a little stamp that I got a real deal on. I got it at TJ Maxx, and it turns out that the company I'd never heard of before, but they are Inka-Dinka-Doo stamps, even though it said something else on it, but it came with a little ticket and numbers, and that was fun to use. So I got to use those numbers for the first time. And the company on the back, it does say that it's Dimensions Crafts, but it's Inka-Dinka-Doo, so that was news to me. So I went ahead and did the numbers with my stamps and scallops here. I used a little bit of bling. This was just a strip of bling in that coppery kind of color again. That was really fun to use because it was just a strip. They're not individual little crystals. They're on a strip that you just cut to size. And then behind my pop-up here is a brass keyhole that's shaped like a heart, and it's also in that coppery color. So I thought that was really cute, kind of tucked back there. And then the card I actually used for the first time, a die cut, a Sizzix die pop and cut, and with the round cutout. And that was really fun. I went ahead and cut that, and I edged it with my vintage photo, and created this sort of, I was hoping for sort of a metal look, just using my acrylic paints and my alcohol inks. And then the little key on the heart is another Inka-Dinka-Doo stamp. It came from, let's see, it came from this set here, which I don't know what it's called. I think it's Life's Journey, maybe. There's a lot of really cute stamps in this set, and the little key was the one that I used to create this little key here. And it turns out that I ended up using quite a bit of Inka-Dinka-Doo stamps unintentionally, because most of the stamps used in this card are from that company, so I thought that was kind of funny. So the heart pops up in the wings, and it folds back down when you close the card. And some more embellishments here. This is a really old stamp that I had. It's on a wooden block, and I stamped it on some really crinkled, like goldy copper colored paper. In the camera, again, it looks more gold, but in person it does kind of have more of a coppery look to it. And I used another Inka-Dinka-Doo stamp to create a frame around her face with a lot of spirals. And just, you know, torn papers, a lot of torn papers and a lot of texture and a lot of distressing on the edges with vintage photo. And here's another stamp that I did. It says "You Are Loved," and I used my glimmer pen for the accents just to go over the swirls again with that. So that's my card, and I guess it's a great Valentine's card that you could give to a husband or a boyfriend, because it's not your traditional frilly, lacy cards, which I also love, but because the challenge said no traditional colors, I went with these shades of kind of browns and coppers and sort of metallics. So the back of the card is just blank, but you can really see the paper. And anyhow, that's my card. I've used several different stamps on it, non-traditional colors, and I had a lot of fun creating it. So thanks for watching my video, and have a great night.